In Jesus' name, please have a seat. We now call on the resident DO of Bassa, Buchanan to please come and give our welcoming remark. Resident.
Thank you. Good morning. Sony, Minister of Education, Government of Buchanan, IRISE Grant Team Lead, in person of Mr. Abraham, all the legislative person, religious leaders, elders, heads of the academic institution, special invited guests, the full estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. As we all gather here this morning to witness and celebrate another event in our academic education sector for the official launch of the IRISE Grant project. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome.
And so, if you're following this broadcast, this is CLBC Radio 99.9 FM, LNTV Liberia Live. We are bringing you live coverage of the Ministry of Education's IRISE project, School Renovation and Rehabilitation Grant Citizens Engagement Program. It's being held here at the Grand Bassa High School here in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. And of course, the first citizen engagement segment of this program was held in Nimba County. And so if you're following us, keep following. We will bring you this coverage also live on EOBC Radio 99.9 FM and other frequencies across the country.
One of our parents who have stood the test of time to show that their kids are in school, that are partaking in this engagement program. We want to say, as we move forward, we want you to listen well, ask the question. This program is intended to showcase government intervention with sponsorship from the World Bank in improving our secondary education in Liberia. As you may be hearing from the rest of the team members that may come up, this is intended to improve our schools. So you are not here by mistake. You are here to understand and see what this government is doing. There are things that people say that government are not doing. There are things that I say, oh, MOE, listen to the radio, what MOE doing? But we are here today to open up to the public, telling you the content of what we have decided in the secret, now open to everyone. We want you to fully participate as we move forward. Thank you very much.
And so that was a brief welcome remark that was just done. An official opening statement was done by the County Education Officer of Grand Bassa County. Mr.
of this engagement and also give us the overview of the project.
And so that's it. Mr. Abraham A. Kiazu, the second, is the lead coordinator for the IRISE project, the ISR project.
Honorable Minister of Education, Professor D. Ansusoni, the county authorities here present, from the Assistant Secretary for Development to the City Mayor, and all other members of the leadership of the country here present. The legislative purpose of Grand Bassa County, all members here present. The county education team, starting with the education officer, the resident DO and every other DO of this country, the Parent Teacher Association leadership, the Principals Association, the parents themselves, the principals individually, the teachers,
The community leaders from the various schools that are participating in our grant, the students, other invited guests here present, the members of the Hope Estate in the hall here present, and those outside the hall, using every platform to allow our reach to the rest of the world. Fellow Liberians in reading and listening to me right now, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm privileged on behalf of the Improving Results in Secondary Education IRISE project team from the International Procurement Specialist with a team of officers in charge of the grant and every element of the project delivery team to say it is good that we are in the post city of Buchanan to discuss education matters with the people of Bassa County. We are here today to inform the citizens of Bassa County about the development undertaken by the Ministry of Education that the Ministry wants the citizens to be involved with. The Ministry has transitioned from the days of the period where when you are carrying out development in Liberia, you take it from the top and just dictate it to the bottom. To the other approach where the bottom takes ownership and tells us what we should do at the top. And in order for that to happen, we need to talk to the people to take responsibility. Because anyone that's supposed to be honored, every other owns the responsibility. We want you to decide how we control the education system, especially when it comes to secondary education in Liberia. And in that decision making, we want you to make deliberate attempts to take ownership. And that's the reason why we are here today. So, I will give you a brief story behind the IRISE project. For the sake of information, we are then going to other countries, we've been on the media, across the nation, talk to the connection with the project. Last night also, we were on one of the radio stations and several other popular radio stations reading the program while we were talking about the project. But we have to continue that also here this morning by saying that the IRISE project is a $47 billion project owned by the Ministry of Education, implemented by the Ministry of Education, but with funding from the World Bank. So I always like to emphasize this. This is not a World Bank project. World Bank, I never like to hear you saying World Bank project. It is the Ministry of Education project designed by the current National Administration of Education led by the Assistant Professor, Professor D. Ansosoni, and other ministers in the senior management team, with technical support from other ministry staff with a very expertise and some people from the World Bank, but not the World Bank project. The World Bank only provides funding to the government of Nigeria. How that project came into being, the current leadership of the Ministry in person of Professor Ansosoni, who has been around the corridor of education since the 70s, both trying to teach in the classroom, but also taking decisions how to manage our school system. He rose to the rank of Vice President of the University of Liberia before becoming Minister of Education. So he has experience of the education sector. So they realized that from the history available, education in Liberia, in terms of international sponsorship, is focused more on the early childhood, primary, and basic or junior secondary education. The one of senior secondary education, one emphasis is not laid on it in terms of support from international donors. And because of that, that identical subsector of the education sector is almost neglected. Schools are dilapidated. I'm talking about high schools now. Teaching learning materials are not just available. Students want to enroll at those schools. The physical condition is not good for them to enroll. The schools are over-congested or overcrowded, and as such, only the strong can survive. And this time is not a strong academic performance, but the one who is rugged and can really make it physically. Several others that want to attend those schools but are not rugged to make it physically, they have to find their way to private or faith-based schools. There you can find a little bit softer and more conducive. And because of such demand on faith-based schools and private schools, they just have to put the tuition up. And so this regime says there's a need to increase access to the physical school environment so that many more can come in. After all, the government is responsible to educate its citizens. You cannot depend on the private sector. You can come and budget your effort, but you take primary responsibility. So there's a need to increase access. As such, there should be an intervention to increase access. How do we increase access when the last government school funded our international partners was built in the 60s? Wouldn't be a stock and the rest of the multinational schools. More than 50 years, they have not thought of such school in Liberia. Then there's a need to build additional of those schools. So under the project, it saw the need to build 3 new high schools in counties that have alarming overcrowdedness in the classroom. And the data at our disposal then shows that Miami County, specifically Kakata, Von County, specifically Banga, and Nimba County, specifically Kanta, have the highest overcrowdedness in the classroom. Now, this doesn't mean that there was no overcrowdedness in Bassa County or in Renovation County, but those are the alarming ones. The only county that competed with those 3 counties was Buchanan County. But given that Buchanan has more private schools, more faith-based schools, and there are only 3 to be built, the government negotiated for 5. But the funding only allowed for 5 to be built. So 7 to be built, you have to put it in the order of ranking and go to the most needed. That's how Nimba, Bone, and Mikey are benefiting from the 3 schools. Now, I'd like to speak about those 3 schools small. Not because those schools are in those 3 counties, meaning that it's only for the residents of those counties, no, or the citizens of those counties, no. We call them model high schools for the Republic of Liberia. Only the best brains will go there. Every serious government has to make deliberate attempt to have strategic schools for human capital development. And if Nigeria must do so, then Nigeria must have schools that their best brains will go, get secondary school foundation, send them to the best senior army or universities, give them university degree and specialization, and now depend on that group to play a country. The Asian Tigers, what you call the Japan, China, Malaysia, Singapore, they all did that. There are students that go to the best brain schools in those countries. As well as graduates, they send you to Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford. Some of them are privileged to say to some of them in classroom. And they will tell you, my government sent me because we are going to transform our country. We want to compete with America, want to compete with UK, want to compete with Germany. So every country must have such a school that you call your reference school. And that's what this region wants to do. You are not going there because you are Bassa, or Bar, or Gola, or Madingo, or Bandi, or you are close to Yobikanga, or you are close to Ansu Soni. You are going there because you are academically excellent to go there. After the Shahad built. It's going to be starting from 10th grade, only to 12th grade. 15 classrooms, 5 10th grade classes, 5 11th grade classes, 5 12th grade classes. No 9th grade. Only those that are transitioned from 9th grade to 10th grade can make attempt to go to the school, and those that came up from the 9th grade in flying colors. From across the nation, you can come there. Now, while the regime is doing that, the regime also saw the need to make sure that there is access in every country, in every district. And the data shows that from the 5 districts across the nation, educational districts I mean, not only local districts. So the 5 districts across the nation never had the presence of public senior secondary school. And you know the implication of that. If you make reference to July district, for example, in Greenwood County, which is surrounded by rivers, it means to complete secondary school from July district in Greenwood County, you have to cross the river to another district, and then every day go back to your district, or just stay across the river from taking secondary school. For 3 years, that is lack of access. So this regime under the leadership of Minister D. Amphisuti saw the need to establish one high school in each of the districts or a high school by expanding one of the junior high schools in such a district to senior high. 25 of them, 3 are in Grand Bassa County. We build a new model schools, we expand junior high schools to senior high schools. But what's about the schools that are already existing as high schools? We have faced several infrastructural challenges, ranging from dilapidated roof to foundation structure cracking, to no chairs in the classroom, the blackboard, everything is destroyed. I will have to abandon those schools and focus on establishing new ones. In the leadership wisdom, there was no need for that. There's also a need to give those schools effective, so that the students that are there will also have opportunity to have equal access to the others that are going to the new school. As such, this academic regime decided to rehabilitate and renovate all public high schools and community high schools across the length and breadth of Liberia. We will talk more about that later, but that's why we are here. The regime saw the need to give the money to the schools and the community, and not to sit up and get same contractor to come and do the work. You decide what the problems in your school, and then we will approve, you give up budget, come will come to solve the problem, and we release the money to you, and you solve the problem and get all report. That's how the renovation is going to be going. We will talk more about that later. And so that's the physical environment aspect of the intervention. Then it was also realized that one of the challenges we have in Liberia is that our senior high girls, because they are already between 14 to 18, some of them even 21, or even 32, depending on their situation. Because we have huge overage population in senior high school in Liberia. And when the female reaches that age, there are several challenges that go with that. First of all, that's the daring age, adventuring age. So most of them get themselves involved in all manner of things that they cannot complete the senior secondary school. I don't believe the rest. The teachers on the other hand have contributions to that. Not all the teachers, but the irresponsible teachers have contributions to discourage the parents from going to school. Some of the parents have contributions to that. Cultural barriers challenge those parents from going to school. And so the regime felt that there's a need to create a safer learning environment for the grandchild to complete senior secondary school and make sure that you support them to complete senior secondary school. As such, the second intervention of the project focuses on first of all providing 3,000 scholarships to 150 students to senior secondary school. With emphasis on counties that have the highest female dropout rate from senior high school. Whether it's a happy news or a sad news, but the data shows that Bassa, MOE, Bassa, and Sino County have the highest female dropout rate. As such, they are going to benefit from the scholarship. We were not going to get their scholarship to go to school. The second intervention is to make sure we find young female graduates in the management and social sciences, recruit them, train them, and deploy them to the schools as female guidance counselors. So the image challenge that the girl child is facing in the school, whether it's sexual or gender-based violence, whether it's any other social issue or even academic issue, you have somewhere you can find in the open of door. Because every experience you have, that person has passed through that also. You will have senior high female student, before they begin senior high university student. They have passed through boyfriend, girlfriend, and they have reached the married age, so they can tell you why he's there, why he's not there. They are the one that going to be counseling them. Then, it is one thing to provide the funding and give them scholarship as a matter of information, the scholarship cover tuition and fees, but also upkeep allowance. Alright? Giving the scholarship, establishing female value counselors to school may not be enough if the parents, the teachers, the leadership, local leaderships are not all involved. So under this identical intervention, we have a community engagement or community empowerment approach where we will talk to parents, talk to teachers, talk to local leadership, so we find that parents will stay in school and complete senior secondary school. It's a holistic package. Everything done deliberately to make sure parents transition and complete senior secondary school. Then the third intervention will now be to provide teaching learning materials for the school system so that everybody can have access to it. Under that intervention, the Ministry of Education has already revised the national curriculum from ECE to 12th grade. And what we have done is to develop textbooks in line with the revised curriculum. So that when our students go on the work, like bro, will be down while Ghana and Gambia are going up. Because Ghana, Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, we are all taking the same chemistry now, the same biology, the same mathematics, the same physics. So there's no way now you can perform better than the person from Nigeria. The other used the same level of textbook and what have you. This project was very good textbooks in line with the new curriculum. Print them out, distribute them on all the schools, depending on your enrollment. We want the students to have access to textbooks and other teaching-related materials. We will also develop teachers' guide. While the students have their textbooks, the teachers also have a teachers' guide, and they will be placed in all of the schools. But somebody will say, then what happened to the public schools? I mean the private schools, the faith-based schools. To make sure everybody has access, while we distribute the hard copy or the printed copy on the public school, we make the soft copy available online on the platform that you can even download on your phone or on your laptop. So that every library anywhere can be able to access the textbook and read it of it. We are not going to stop there. We are also developing what we call e-library or electronic library, digital libraries. We're going to distribute on all of our public high schools. Those that are available now, those that we are going to be expanding, the new one we are building, we'll give each of them nothing less than 25 to 30 laptops in a particular platform. That laptop has a kind of internet system that you don't need data to access. And it has all resource materials globally, from early childhood education to PhD and beyond. From audio teaching to video teaching and the rest of it. You want to read, you read. You want to get listening, you get listening. You want to watch video, you start watching Messi play against Ronaldo. You watch somebody demonstrating a loser law of combining ball of gases in chemistry. Or somebody demonstrating Ohm's law. You can see it physically. Alright? Now, one we should have done that intervention and make sure the textbooks are all available. That's not enough. Why the teachers are not equipped to teach from those textbooks? Why the teachers themselves are getting intimidated that the students now are exposed to sophisticated material and the teachers are shy from going to the classroom. there's an intervention to resolve that. So what we intend to do also is to first and foremost train new cut of faculty, send them to our TTR, KRTTR, ZRTTR, WRTTR. And our two universities that have education colleges that are funded by the government, William C. Stockholm University, University of Nigeria. We train those faculty, we place them there, especially in the difficult subjects, the sciences, mathematics, and language arts. Then they will not be training young people to go in the classroom in the materials. That's not all. There are also teachers that are already in the classroom. Because the desirable was not available, the available became desirable. So say you are the one that are available to teach, we don't get in. You know, in Liberia, teaching has become a receptionist room. When there's no good job yet, you go and beat them, you're waiting for some time. As soon as you find one of the best jobs, you go away. That's how we are treating teaching in Liberia. Because we see there's no reward there. And I'm sure we'll live with that for long until we make deliberate attempt to incentivize teaching such a way that it can be effective. However, since that's the situation we are faced with, those that are there, it behooves upon us to take them from where they are and take them to where we want them to be so they can help our students. And so the in-service teachers will also be trained and upgraded to the level that they can be able to teach those materials. The intervention will also do that. It's one thing for the teachers to be qualified, the students are there, but even those that are managing the education system are not sophisticated enough to take the penny decisions and do the implementation. So under this project also, we are assessing the capacity of the current Ministry of Education and the education actor, especially the civil servant, and see where the gaps are, both in terms of logistics and human capital or competencies. And after we shall have known that, this project will intervene in the human capital aspect, where those capacity gaps are, will provide some training to education staff. The same project was able to provide health kits for all private schools to battle the COVID. When the Global Partnership for Education was providing the same health kits for the public schools. And so that's the project. There are many ways to talk about the project. That's the project. But why are we here today? Why we are here today? I just give you one view of the project. We are here today because the renovation aspect of the project is community-based, it's community-driven. It's not from the center. The money is provided to the schools, and the schools use the money to renovate their campuses and give a facelift. There are several perceptions across Liberia that when you make a attempt and give the money to the school, the principal and the PTA will become in-laws. They will become tourists. They will establish a kind of cartel that they can eat the money and provide you data that they have used the money. If the CEO thing is smart, they will cajole the CEO into it and cajole the DO. You know, in your house, we used to steal with small. When you go pound it from your pocket or the old man, when your neighbor see you doing something, no matter what you not talk. Who told them you get it quiet? But when you're going, you can be fast to say that heavy. In this case, the CEO, the DO, the principal, if the all in cahoots and everybody going for this technical money, those stories, we'll get a data to show that the money was actually well spent. And that's why we are here. We don't want that to happen. So we want the citizens themselves, the community, to know fully how the money is supposed to be spent, what are the processes involved, what when you see you should know that it's a foul play. And when you see a foul play, how to report it to us so we can get to come and make an intervention. You don't have to point your name when you see a foul play. When you observe a foul play in the process, we have 1 6 1 4. Am I right? 14 16 or 16 14? 1 4 1 6. That's the call number. When you call, don't call your name. Just say, I'm calling you from Grand Bassa. I live in Buchanan, Red Side, Bassa House. I just want to let you know that from what I'm observing here, the procurement process of getting the person that will buy the armchairs in Bassa House is not going to be the real process. The principal brother-in-law is the one that should give the contract to. Stop there. Don't call your name. Just stop there. When we receive that information, we know now how to do our investigation to get to the bottom of that and address that situation. But let it be with a caveat. Don't also lie on them. Because there's an attitude in Liberia. Once somebody sits at the helm of affairs, they are corrupt. But average Liberian mentality, that corrupt one, if you are not corrupt, you will not even sit there. Please give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't lie about them. If you think you cannot call, we also have to call email. And our email address to report such cases to us is procurement. PRO. Students, they write this down. That's what we follow through. PROCUREMENT. Procurement.IRISE. The name of the project, IRISE, IRISE. .IRISE, the only back, IRISE, at gmail.com. Procurement.IRISE@gmail.com. Any foul play you observe, just send our email. Don't identify yourself. Just get on the story. We have a team that we investigate and get to the bottom of the matter. When the minister comes up, he will talk more about how to take ownership of the project. But I just wanted to tell you that this is the reason why we are here, to let you know that the money ranges from $15,000 to $55,000, and no school in Grand Bassa got less than 50,000. That means your eye should be on them. All the three high schools in Grand Bassa, none of them got less than 50,000. So they should not try and say different things to renovate their school campuses. Alright? There's a school management committee comprising of 7 persons that will send that money to. They have a designated account open. And the school management committee comprises of the principal of the school, the PTA chair of the school, 1 female student from the school that's currently enrolled, 1 male student from the school that's currently enrolled, 1 teacher from the school that's currently teaching in the school, 1 women representative from the community in which the school is. So in this Buchanan, 1 woman on that committee that from here. She's not student, but she's from here. And 1 local leader. The local authorities in Buchanan have 1 representative on Bassa High School Committee. Those 7 people are equally equal. Equally equal. If the principal decides not to come for meeting, and the rest of the people sit there in the meeting and take a decision, the principal can do nothing about it if they make that decision. We train them with a grand manual to guide them how to manage this money. And the grand manual is here this morning. Please give the CEO a copy of the grand manual. Please give the county authorities 1 copy of the grand manual. Please give the school board of Grand Bassa County 1 copy of the grand manual. If there's any organized society group here in the education sector, please give them 1 copy of the grand manual. We want them to read it, know the processes involved, and when they see any power play, they can quote the grand manual. You said this, they don't see them doing, and report it to us. That's why we are here. We are engaging you as citizens to know more about the project and see how you can help to take ownership of the project so the money will not end in few pockets while the children continue to suffer. Without much ado, I just want to say thank you this morning for giving an overview. God bless you.
And so that was the project overview being done by Mr. Abraham A. Kiazulu. Mr. Abraham Kiazulu is the lead person for the Ministry of Education's IRISE project. And so this podcast is being brought to you live from Buchanan. It's the Ministry of Education's IRISE project community citizen engagement. It's being held here at the Grand Bassa High School here in Buchanan.
We are calling on all of our students, our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, other officials, well wishers, radio listeners, can be very, very effective as we invite the Honorable Minister of Education, Professor Dr. Ansi B. Sudi, on the podium for special statement.
The Education Minister of the Republic of Liberia, Prof. D. Ansu Suni, will now come forth to give a special statement here at the Bassa High
I
School.
always like to introduce myself. My name is Professor Soni. I'm a minister today. I'm not going to be a minister tomorrow. But I'm a professor permanently. So I always like to say Professor Soni, Minister of Education, Republic of Liberia. Always speak there. For development superintendent. All other officials of the local government, school board, chair, chief education officer, and all the officers with it, parents, students, folk estate, ladies and gentlemen. The president sent me. He sent me by virtue of giving me one of the chairs in his government, the Minister of Education chair. That chair is one of his chairs. He said, Professor Soni, sit here. But sit here goes for responsibility. That's why I'm here. So when I go out on official duty, it's because he sent me. That's why I'm here. And the president is concerned about youth development. Concerned that this country will transition. Will transition with young people. Without the young people, tomorrow we'll have a challenge greater than now. Since the crisis, education dipped downwards. It's a challenge to turn it back up. This is the only sector that deals with the whole country. 1.5 million children go to school, everything. If you add their parents to it, their pa and ma, 1.5 million times 2 parents, of course, you're talking about the whole population. Monday to Friday. That's a tax. I tell the president, thank you for giving me the opportunity to perform my last duty to mankind in education. I'm not a young man. So to do this, there are a lot of sacrifices we must make. It doesn't make sense if we make the sacrifice and others do not. Others mean you. Others mean you. Others mean you. Others mean those on the outside who may be listening to me by radio. Education is nothing but sacrifice. Those in it, those without it. Tough. But can it be done? Yes. And shall it be done? Yes. No single genius can transform this system without us doing it collectively, folks. That means you. That's why I'm here. If you were not here, I wouldn't be here. If you were not here, teachers wouldn't be here. why this president sees a tomorrow for you. But you gotta get up. You got to get up. There's a space for each of us. All this land space God plays us. This is your home. You may admire other people's country, that's your business, but this is yours. If you don't fix it, it never gets fixed. If you keep working, begging to fix it, you fool yourself. There has to be a point where we stop begging. Take charge of what belongs to us. Depends on you. My time is almost up. You got time. Your history is short. 10 years, 15, 18, 19, 20. You probably got 17 more years ahead of you. What in the world you want to do with it? When you become me, what Liberia do you want to see? The Liberia that you want to see when you become me must be you first. You have to live that Liberia. You have to be that Liberia. Nobody else is going to be the Liberia that you want to see without you. That's why I'm here. That's why I accepted this appointment. But I have a single focus is this assignment. No other responsibility but my wife and to God. This assignment is all I have. I must do it. God willing. But we are here because of you folks. We are not here because of the pay that these people get or we get. If you do not transform, then you have a country that will challenge you 30 years from now, 25 years from now, 50 years from now. I know you know about global warming now. You got to get up. You did not choose to be born here. Neither did I. Somebody chose, that was my parents. I can choose to travel. But I could not have chosen to travel before I was born. So my parents chose where I would be born. Therefore they say, this is your country. The biggest challenge we have is that we don't want to own it. It's always their business, their thing, government thing. It's for the superintendent. It's for this person. No, it's yours. You got to get up. There's a space for you. There's a space for me. There's a space for you. There's a space for you. There's a space for them. You must get up and occupy your space. If not, somebody will step in and occupy your space and you will be serving them tea. Driving their cars, washing their cars, brushing their yards. Simply because when you had the time, you lost it. You wasted it. If your great-grandpa were here, then of course you know that people who die can come back. Age has no medicine. As we transition from youthfulness, you get aged. When that time of age comes, you must have prepared now for them. I'm talking to you folks. We are here because you are here. Our interest is you. The president's interest is you. The government interest is you. We don't have all of the money to play the magic and do the things that should make this thing change immediately. We don't. So we go leaking people, writing proposals. It's called nonsense. You refuse to learn. You refuse to make the sacrifice. You will lose your space. But the world is getting more competitive than it was when we were boys. And the more competitive by the time you become me. Not even me. Superintendent Daniel, other people, because these are young people to me. Those of us who pass 60, 65, 70, our time is almost up. Who stands in the gap for us? 20 years from now, 10 years from now, who become the superintendent? Who become the development superintendent? Who become the principal of Bassa High? We're looking, and we're looking among you. You got to rise up to your space. God gave each of you a space. Nobody is born without a talent. Each one of us have a talent. You can sit on yours. Talents sat on, never rise. Talents sat on, never rise. Every man in them, God placed an inherent talent. You must find your talent. If not, you be confused. But you must find your talent. Why youthfulness is in your favor. You don't find your talent when you're 30, when you're 40. By the time you pass 30, you're all right, got to be your own person. When you pass 30 or 35, you're going down. Right now, you're going up. Wake up, young woman. Right now, each of you is still climbing up. And the height is the highest at which you want to reach. Ladders are waiting for you to step on. You can decide that you will stay down. And you sit on the height. Folks, we and your president are concerned about your transition. That's why I'm here. I could have asked the project lead to come. But I'm here because I represent the president. Because I'm concerned of the president who has a vision. We who sit in one of the seats of his functionary must be to places critical like this. I visited nearly 400 schools in this country. Cover almost all the counties. Most of the time, the community, the parents, the school are not taking ownership of what is giving them. We are here to transition the school from what it used to be to what it's supposed to be. But everything giving that does not touch decays over time. I've been to some schools that even when the ceiling is leaking, nobody fixes it. And the stupid ceiling is only $5. You leave one sheet of zinc. Sheet of zinc, the most expensive one, I'm talking about the ordinary corroborate, is about $120. One for the good ones. The whole bundle. 20 sheets. You got it 14K, which is just $65. One sheet. And one sheet of zinc leaks. There are schools that leak that one sheet until that one sheet turns to 2 sheets. Until those 2 sheets destroy one ceiling sheet. And destroy more than one ceiling sheet. And begin to run down the walls and put slime on it. Why is that? When your room leaks, do you shift your bed? When your room leaks, do you shift your bed? Your room is leaking here. Do you take the bed from here and shift it so and let it leak? God does not support stupidity. You know, people who are insane lost their minds. Insanity has a cure. They have a lot of counseling sections and medication. Most people who are insane can be recovered substantially, depending on if they were not born insane. But stupidity got no medication, no counseling, because you chose to be stupid. When your room leaks, you shift the bed, that's stupidity. Even if you have to beg, but you can fix that one sheet, it is that ownership that I come to promote. We got to own what people give us. So next time we beg, we don't beg to repair schools. We beg to introduce a sophisticated central laboratory or central library that everybody can use, but if the schools are not prepared, if we leave the schools to ruin, next time we're going to beg, we repair the same school. When do we make progress, folks? Somebody must have helped you to put all these chairs here. There are many times you will grab a chair and roll it from here downstairs. Now that is stupidity. The armchairs are not too strong. There are students who will sit on the arm of the chair. When you break, they say, oh, that's stupidity. And then you don't have a chair to sit on. Whoever shoot themselves in the back, the chair is for you to use. But you were reckless with it because you don't own it. It belongs to government, that government school, that when it's spoiled, they will fix it. They who? Now you power with people to fix it. I mean, it's common sense. Common sense. That's why we're here. Parents. A lot of us parents leave the children with their mothers, especially fathers. Irresponsible creatures. Leave the children with their mothers. Walk away. Keep your pants up if you're going to leave the children with their mother. That's it. But even that, to develop the children is a sacrifice. You cannot be dancing and changing your clothes when you alone got 5 children. You didn't born them by mistake. You meant to, you know what to do to born them, you did it. So you're not going to get them and say, government, please help me. Government, please help me. Government was not referee. Look, folks, when you born a child, that's 25 years of your life that you can give to that child. 25. If it's a girl, you got to make sure you follow that girl up until somebody comes and says, Papa, I want to carry this. 25 years. 25 years depriving yourself of a lot of things. 25 years. And we not all going to be equal. There are some who got more means than others. so they can stay spend for their children and stay house on good time. What about you that can sit one place and count your paycheck? It's not sufficient. So you got to decide that you will not use it on you. Your time is up. You begin to have children, your time is up. Your time for luxury is up. Your time for incessant entertainment for yourself is up. The time for changing your shoes every week is up. Those shoes will be for your boys and girls to wear. Now you, if not, keep your pants up. Parents, whether you are in this room or on the airwave, listen to me. This is not a student speaking to you. It's a grandparent who himself has 6 daughters. So I know what it is. I'm not guessing. Know what it is? You deprive yourself so that they can be better than you. You deprive yourself so that their tomorrow is not challenged. Even if it's challenged, they can take care of it. You deprive yourself so that all of them take advantage of them when you cannot help them anymore. You deprive yourself now. There's too much of it. Me, I get money. Me, I get nothing. My pay fee, and it's not sufficient. Money ever sufficient for anyone? Even if you will, still looking for it. You got 5 children. You're making 150. You got to be a good accountant. Then to spend that 150. Otherwise, you will get another child to make it 6. Parents, we have a responsibility for our children. They are not anybody else's child. Government never been pregnant before. It is you. That means you have decided to be a parent. And God made it in a way that children that we born are not like chicken. After they grow 6 months, you kill it. You can't. You can't put it in jail. So automatically, you take 25 years of your life and commit it to those children. I'm not talking about the first one, I'm talking about the last one. So you start having children by 25 or so. Take 25 years for the last one, and you're going to have 4 children. You will have the last child when you are 34. Add 25 years to the 34. Then you will see whether you need to add another child. I'm not discouraging you because procreation is God's giving. God didn't tell Adam to have the 7 billion children on earth. So you got to know how to have 15, 20. Our responsibility is to make sure these children, I'm not saying you give them barbecues or give them a $100 phone or $200 phone. I'm not saying you give them policies to live in. That's not what I'm saying. Give them their policies up here. Make sure that they have their copybooks to come to school. Make sure that they have their uniform to come to school. Make sure that they have a shoe to wear. It does not have to be that place where they can sell those very expensive shoes for $100. Go there. You know the place. The new old shoes. You buy a new old shoe. Children can wear it. There are many of us young people, or parents, especially the early childhood one, who will send their little children to school without giving them anything to eat in the morning. It doesn't make sense. Eventually, they will begin to steal their friend's lunch kit. Because when the child is really hungry, Mama overtakes them. Any person, anyone through the city will do something. And now you are helping your child to begin to speak early. Well, you don't think anything wrong with it. Folks, parents, we have a charge. The schools, there's a registration fee of $3,000 for senior high. Even the University of Liberia, where the government, the president removed all tuition, the pay registration fee. The pay registration fee. I'm only begging the PTAs and other folks not to collect bonus. If it's not sufficient, manage it. But don't go hard and make it 9,000, 10,000, 5,000. Because there are some parents among you who can't afford it. But that little, when the students are many, that little means a whole lot. But if a PTA has a project, for example, if they wanted to fence this place, or if they wanted to dig a well, or if they wanted to do a particular that, we have asked the PTA to develop a document to share with us through the CEO. So even if you are asking other parents to contribute to that project, you are asking them to do it for the school. A PTA should not sell a registration or fee collection table, and the schools have fee collection table, PTA collecting money, and other people collecting money. Nonsense. Nonsense. Teachers. We who teach must want to teach. There are many of us who teach only because we're looking for a job. Teaching is not a job. Teaching is a service brought upon you with a calling. If you are not called to teach, you never remain. As soon as you find something else, you walk away. Because you were not called to teach in the first place. You don't want to teach, don't join us. Those who want to teach are the ones that join us. Whatever little we have, we share it, but this is where we belong. I said the other day in Nimba, teachers are stepping stones. Teachers are stepping stones. We don't go up. I've never seen a step grow. I always see the people who stand on the step grow up. So our job is to show our backs while people climb on us and become who they want to become. While we are still where we are. That's why you are a teacher. You don't compete with those that climb on your backs because you are fence, you are a teacher. You are a stepping stone, folks. If you cannot be a stepping stone, then you too just transition, climb on the step, and go your way. Teachers are stepping stones. They provide avenues for other people to rise up. Own cars, build palaces, become senators, become president, become whatever they want to become, whereas you never owned a bicycle. Teachers are stepping stones. If you are not called into it, you can't stay. Because you begin to get jealous of those that claim on you and move on. Those of us in the rear interior, there are times we get envy of other people's children when they come back to our communities. Especially when we refuse to take care of ours. When we refuse to take care of ours, other people's children come back in the community and we want to kill them. Who told you when you should have taken care of your child, you didn't? You took yours to go into the farm, to go into gold mine. Which is temporary. You took yours to buy him a motorbike to ride. Leave school. The guy who was in school, when he completes, you will ride motorbike, and your son will be the one riding it. You will buy. Why? When all of them should be in position to buy bikes. Because you refuse to make a sacrifice. Crying, God gave you anything. That's not true. If God the school are just human beings. You see them as such. You don't look in their eyes. Look at them as students. And they will look like nothing to you for a student. You don't get tempted with them. You don't get tempted with them. You know some of them do act very stupid. But basically, you who are more mature, you don't get tempted with them, please. That's what makes it a teacher. The clothes you wear, some students they like to see it. And you'll be capable. The way you cut your hair, some young fellas may say, oh, the way the teacher cut your hair, look here, let me find it. If you hang your pants, some boy will see it look good because the teacher wears pants down. Everything we do as a teacher is not only when we go to church, even the way we walk. Some students like it. If it's a way inappropriate, some child will learn it and become part of them. We have a job, teachers. Parents leave their children with us. We have a responsibility to help them. And nowadays, of course, even the boys we have to be mindful of. People looking for them. You boys, you better not ask you. We'll talk the rest. School managers. Principal. The quality of a school depends on the principal of the school. The principal we call headmasters. The principal and the teachers are not comrades. They are colleagues, but they are not comrades. Camaraderie does not play between principal and teachers. They don't sit and equal both together. They don't share beer bottle together. They don't share things. You might have been a teacher before becoming principal. When you become principal, your status changes. But as long as you become a comrade, you are unable to take action against your comrade when they go wrong. You lose your moral authority to act on the go wrong. Why? Because you guys are coming. Principles, quality of school, depend on the administrative skills of the principal. The human relation, being able to get his teachers to work, being able to encourage the students to come to school. Some time ago, when we used to call the teachers headmasters. When the headmaster is entering the compound, every student will come. Just are running to the classes. This time when the headmaster is entering the class, the fence, teacher will either be, hello bro. Why he should be in the classroom teaching? He calling the principal bro. But they have become principal. The management of school is among the most difficult managerial responsibilities that men have. Managing children who are not children. Managing men and women. Managing both elderly and young. Managing parents who are the kids in school. And a broad scope. The way you handle it determines the quality of the school. It's not just the money. It's your ability to administer the little you have. So this afternoon we have come to encourage the community leaders to help us with this project. This morning, the World Bank has requested that we do a bottom-up. I was one of those conservatives who really said, I don't want to. But later on, I got convinced. I said, let the school take it up with the community. Maybe they will own it. let the Ministry of Education bring contractors and they do the job and we give them the key. They did not participate. It makes sense to me. But go over risk. Here am I, school principal, I've never really seen to count $1,000 in one place since I've been principal. Then somebody gave me 50,000. Somebody gave me 50,000. I've never counted 1,000. This point I see 50,000. That's when the devil finds a way. God says you shouldn't eat any of the apples. That's when the temptation comes. Eat only to provide. Make it all. So I'm asking principal. You are the one most responsible for the world. You are the chief custodian. All the transaction documents originate with you. And it is you who said you are the command, of course. But you are the headmaster for the school that the repairs are taking place at. You have a responsibility. If for any reason, any portion of the money is not managed well, when there's an audit, the auditor will declare those portions as ineligible expenditure. And they will tell government to pay. They will tell government to pay. If you were to use the money to change all the ceiling or to fix your laboratory or whatever and you take it to buy one OG for you get that. That is an ineligible expenditure. The Bureau of Renovation. Casual? You will. It's a school. That's why we came. The superintendent is here. The government superintendent is here. The superintendent knows we do basic back and forth. But please let your government superintendent keep an eye. You're not doing what's meant. But all you're really doing, you are an extension of our eyes who are absentee. We are not asking you to come and say, don't do this. No, 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 no. When you say, don't do this, don't do that, then you become part of the administration. You are a monitor. Because you also will have access to the development plan that you have fixed. And if you are doing something that should not be done, you have a right, especially as authority, to inform us. Parents will also have a right. The community leaders will have a right. I am not saying everybody should come and tell the principal or other people, don't do your confusion. But your observation is important. And you just share with them. So by the grace of God, we may have other fundings. But we have to first spend it one way. If they gave you little, spend it well. It's possible that you can ask for big and you get that. You can manage even a little and you manage much. So we are in your principal. Yeah. The principal. You the minister in this school. You the minister in this school. And all of our integrity and respect and honor taking off and putting in your hand. Sorry. It won't be only you that you ruin all of us on the stage. In the eyes of the person who's got it. Don't let that happen. Let the record show that we have integrity without respect. And when we do the school and complete it, please, parents, we'd like for you to get involved with your school. That's only. But the more we own the school, the more we understand the benefit of the class. The student, and the chair, leadership of the local government, school leaders. The students who are coming from where are they here? Yeah. Let me see you stand.
Students who are on the committee.
Students.
Students who are on the committee. Stand up. Put on your mask. There are 3 of you. I thought there were 2. Oh, there are 3 high schools here. Oh. You know, when we put you on this committee, we didn't put you on the committee because you're fine. We didn't put you on the committee because you can make promo. We put you on this committee because we believe you have a leadership talent that God has endowed in you, and you can help at this young age help to direct things on the team. That's why you are selected. You were not selected by chance. You were selected because you should have been selected. You guys are many. Why are you? Not because you got grumbled. So this is one reason I'm happy you are student. You got a photograph of all of them. So all of these are fine people who are going to help us with this project. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for this incident. Before I sit, I just want to also share with you that the President of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manoria, has a vision. You may be seated. And that vision is that when we and his leadership shall have come to an official end, the country that he received 3 years ago will not be one to be walking away from. Even though education takes a long time to see the results, we will see a difference. And that difference is what we want to show. If you are determined to rise up to your space, God bless you and bless this country and our president. Thank you very much.
And so that was Prof. D. Anstisoni, the Minister of Education of the Republic of Liberia, giving a special message here to students and education stakeholders that have gathered here in Buchanan, Bassa County as part of the Ministry of Education's IRISE Citizen Engagement Program.
Any mistake, we send you to the Ministry of Education. You are so brilliant, creative, innovative, and wonderful. We appreciate you. May Almighty God continue to guide with us and will help us to become a productive and successful citizen. Thank you, Minister Sir. This time, the people are going to call now because we're on the radio. We are going according to time. 1 minute on the radio, the last 40. Right now, the entire Liberia is listening to this program. All our programs are suspended because of the importance of this program. So we'll now start with the superintendent, our hard-working, energetic superintendent of Bassa County.
And so the Bassa County Superintendent, Mr. Dande Pape, will now come forth also to make his remarks.
Supposed to be clapping for the preacher because he preached to us. So you have to clap more than that. Professor Minister Suni, and to the deputy ministers and all of the entourage that came to our county today. To my assistant superintendent for development, free A grade, the county education officer, principals of Bassa High and other public schools present here, or other schools present here. I have come here today humble and happy. The opportunity that we did not see in the 80s, you are seeing it today.
Yes.
The opportunity that we did not get, struggle for education, it is coming to your doorstep, so you must embrace that. I remember when I went to Monrovia looking for quality education and tertiary education, I scrubbed the floor for people to get education. Even in Bassa here, minister has soon applied for people to get education. You are not doing that. And I think you need to muster the courage and to be more courageous about what you want. If I had not mustered the courage, I would not be your superintendent. If I had not stood the test of time with the difficulties on how things were proceeding, I would not be called your superintendent. At times, we used to go to your office from here. It was because of education and the encouragement he gave us. He and former Minister Tapper, now EPA, they were mentors for us in many directions. We have come and stopped by to encourage you to take advantage of what is before you. There are many opportunities those are opening now in the education sector because you have a professor who understands education, who understands how things work in the education sector, so you need to work harder to achieve the desired goal in education. I know what he made of, and I know exactly what he stands for. And like the deputy minister said, the president made no mistake in taking him to the classroom in different form and manner. But I want to say to you, students of Bassa, as students across the country, because I serve as Superintendent Council Chairperson for all of the superintendents, so speaking here as it is being relayed on the radio station, all students across Liberia. Take advantage of what is before you and you will become who you want to be. In becoming who you want to be, there are many opportunities will come to you. But you need to use them. Like he said, you want to go to college, but you want to have 2 children. How can you go to college with 2 children how to go to school? Have to be careful and get prepared for the challenges ahead of you. I want to encourage all of you. You know, he preached to us. He has everything. So what I want to do is those of you being asked and placed on the committee to work with the school administration, the school administrators, you are not there for fun fair. You are not there to challenge school authority. You are there to work along with them to making sure that the desired goals are met, and then you are working in the interest of the students. I want to appreciate you again, Honorable Minister, for the County Education Officer of the team. Since they took over the education sector in Grand Bassa County, there have been series of improvement in different sectors. I remember he took over Grand Bassa County in second in West. And the county administration will partner with him. We know there are some difficulties, but they are still striving to restore some of these things to our people. I know I just spoke here about the William V.S. Stockman School. There have been some situations, you please try to help. We'll be kept up with them for the structure. So I know you're being here, you will intervene in that direction. So again, thank you so much. I wish you well. And you all continue to strive for good education. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know,
That was
it's
the
a young man,
superintendent
very serious.
Grand Bassa,
You've been talking in big
Honorable John
capacities.
De Pape.
You talk as a development superintendent. You also talk as a city mayor. So, I want to say thank you. You are so wonderful. I appreciate you. God bless you. Put your hands together for your soup.
So the
At this
Grand Bassa
time,
superintendent spoke
without
on behalf of
any
the county authorities.
we will now call on this podium Honorable Matthew Joe. Is Honorable Matthew Joe here? Okay, so we proceed. At this time, we call on Honorable Young Kanga Lawrence. Is he here? Okay. Is she here? No. At this time, we call on the county PTA here. Bassa County PTA here.
The head of the Parent Teacher Association for Grand Bassa will come forth to also make a remarks. And after which we will hear from students' representatives. The women leaders also will make their remarks as we go about with this citizen engagement program here in Grand Bassa.
We are grateful this day and very good opportunity of us, our parents, to be here today. For us as parents, we look at it as victory. Victory in a life that some of the responsibility that we should have them undergoing for school repair and things will no longer be on our lap. Victory in the sense that our daughters are afforded the opportunity to continue education. We are grateful to the ministry, the president, and the provider of the fund. You know nowadays, money is scarce in Liberia. It's so scarce on this what to do, but you cannot do. So, if by God's grace, we can get this opportunity, Mr. Minister, you can rest assured, sleep well. As far as the PTA of Bassa is concerned, everything will be used for the intended purpose. We can give you the further assurance that with our position as chairman of the PTA, we will make sure with our little knowledge in construction, not only supervise Bassa High School, but we'll go to other projects to make sure that things are done right. On behalf of the Parents Association of Bassa, may we say a big thank you to government and the provider of the fund. May God bless us all.
All right, I want to say thank you. The PTA chair at this time we call on the county school board chair. The county school board chair.
In Jesus' mighty name. On behalf of the county board chair, I'd like to recognize you, our Minister Arreri, our superintendent and platform guests. I'm overwhelmed this day for the opportunity that have been given to us in this country, more especially for our girls' children. We want to say that we will use this money that is sent for renovation to our schools with STEM and these principles and make sure that the cash be used for internal purpose. On behalf of the board to the IRISE project, we say we appreciate you so much and we promise that we will do as we're supposed to do. So we are grateful. We say thank you. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Group Board Chair of Bassa County. At this time, we call on the County Teacher Association Head. County Teacher Association Head. 1 minute, please, for a nice time. County Teacher Association Head of Bassa County. Please observe the time. Thank you. 1 minute.
Honorable Minister in Entourage, we are very much happy, and I believe I've heard what today I've seen and understood that yes, indeed, you have been a classroom teacher. Of the many good things that you said something that I have always fought with my students, and when you were saying it, many of them were looking at me and laughing, and they know that's the reality. That each time we get to the school, they will drag the chair, and I am totally against that. Every time I would say something. And so when you mentioned that, they begin to look at me and laugh, and I just put my hand and say, that's it. Well, we want to thank God so much for this great opportunity that's come our way, and we pray that we all together to do the best we can. This is a great opportunity that we don't have word to express. So we thank you and welcome you to Buchanan.
Thank you. At this time, we will call on the County Principal Association Head. The County Grand Bassa County Principal Association Head. 1 minute, please.
We just want to say a big thank you, Professor Cody. We thank you, my own brother, Kasulu, and the rest of the ministers that are here, and my CEO. We are happy this time to receive this grant. It's the first of its kind in Liberia. And I want to say, Minister, thank you very much, because you are a proactive and a minister that moves around. 2 years ago, you came to Bassa, and your car was way up because of the arrow. Principal, we had when someone in the red dress. It went do well. We moved you after what about the table. Why? And God blessed us went through. Today we are here to celebrate another project. And I want to say on behalf of all the principals, especially 3 schools, we will do our best. And we make sure that we will see Bassa as #1 county in this land. And I want to tell you, as a principal of Buchanan High School, we are proactive. And we tell you that we do more than you will see that this school being like Bassa High School. Thank you, God, to present this photo on the PTA project. So, this is a PTA project that has been undertaken for the past 3 years. This is at a level of 80%. We just need 20% to complete. Thank you, God bless you, and may provide us.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, PTA. You know, I don't know, PTA? Thank you. You see, the beautiful thing about the principal, then they are very innovative. God bless you. You will live long. Your children will progress. All right, this time we call on the student representation. The student representation, the male and the female, you can't talk small thing to government. The male, 1 male, 1 female. You can't, 1 male, 1 female. If you want to comment to now, they want to, it's not easy. The government can say all the students there will get good grades. So, yeah, 1 male, 1 female. If you want to comment to one of your like it, you can. Okay, that's 2 female can. You can. We want women empowerment. So we will not deprive you. Don't come upstairs. They play at your place. We just stand here, but you don't want to own the place. We prepare you all to come and take over the place. So you'll be confident. Yeah. Speak like a peer leader.
Thank you for the time. I want to say all political observed. It is a pleasure being here today. I want to say a very thanks and appreciation to the government for giving us this grant. Having received this grant, I want to tell everyone that my school will be one of the best of all schools in Bassa. I think.
Challenge all schools. Come. Why your school name? Bassa High School. Yes, I'm talking.
Bassa High School system.
So you're about where the people are? Good. You can. Come. Copy your school name, your name, and what you will do.
All protocol as well and sustained. Standing before you and schooling our youth, and my foundation institution, the model school of all schools, the Bassa High School 16. I want to say to our honorable students, God bless you. You acknowledge us, even though we didn't know what we are doing, but I want to extend thanks and appreciation to you. May God bless you and empower you. And I want to say again a very big thanks to the government and the organized group of all. I believe that my school will be the best. And be the best among the rest. No matter what people may say, but we are going to a very big goal that will fulfill our ambition and our destiny. We will focus. As our father just said, we will focus and be patient. God bless you. I thank you.
Pastor Husky. Pastor Husky. Let's see the two young men coming.
All political observed Mr. Steve. I'm from the Public Central High School, district number 343. I want to tell the minister thank you for this program. I want to promise and tell you that our school, Public Central High School, will be one of the best in Grand Bassa. We are already started our project. Our projects are already started, and we are the school and the teacher, the women leader, the town chief in compound number 3. Thanks very much for this program.
All right, I want to say thank you. There is a competition in Grand Bassa County. The IRISE project program is gaining momentum in Grand Bassa. The Grand Bassa students are out here making sure that.
Just 1 minute. I have been to many programs, and this is not correcting anybody in particular. Many of our students, when they get to speaking, they normally say, "I thanks." Teachers, this is the way I hold you responsible. Because you have been to many of these programs and you hear the children say so. And you know it's not correct. You cannot say, "I thanks." No. You either say, "Thank you." Thank you is the right phraseology. If you say, "I thanks," you cannot. Anyway, let me start there. I'm so, I don't hold the student responsible. The reason I'm here now, I'm the senior principal. So my correction, you shouldn't be bad. But this is going to all students. Many of you principals and PTAs, you are directed on that program. When the children get to speaking, they normally say, "I thanks." It's incorrect. You discontinue that one. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Honorable Minister. So today the Minister has given us a correction. Don't never say "I thanks," say "I thank you."
no S. You understand? Or you can just say thanks. T. Alright. At this time we call the women leader. And then just come. 1 minute.
Thank you. I stay on all existing protocol. And let me start by saying thank you to GOL, thank you to MOE, and thank you to the minister because I was like recharged. I felt recharged from his presentation. So the thing is, let it be clear that the community is happy and the community joyfully welcome this project because I am convinced that this project will make an impact and it's going to be like a huge and long-lasting mark in the education sector when our schools in Mama Liberia. So the challenge is yours. While I listened to the overview, I was like, wow, I wish I was a student to take that race to compute. So all of you are saying my school will be the best, my school will be the best, but the school is not the building. The school is you. And if your school should be the best, then you should be ready to be the best. So take advantage of this opportunity because the time is now. There's no time better than now to make an impact and to do what you can. You have everything it takes. The opportunity have walked to your footstep. So take advantage and let's keep focused. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, when female speaking,
female representative here speaking on behalf of the women.
May God bless you.
After here, we'll now go over to the question and answer period.
And also the project coordinator.
Participants will ask questions regarding the project and then they will get response from the project leads as to making clarity on some of the benefits from the IRISE project.
You are listening, you call 0777 21 2197, and if you're in the hall, we'll pass the mark over to you. We'll take it by batch. The first 3, the second 3, and it's done because the time is limited. Mr.
The academic calendar remains the same. The early childhood should be gone by now. The ABCs. The first to 9th grade should be gone either this Friday or early next week. They should be out of the school. They should be gone home. Your exam should be finished. Even if you have not processed all their papers yet, they can go home and come back later to receive them. The senior high. The senior high is the only group that will be in school to December to September 30th. Senior high. 10th, 11th, 12th. You stay in school. First of all, you have not finished your curriculum. Well, no. I thought you were going to be happy. You have not completed your curriculum. And we have announced this ever since that you will stay in school on the September 30th. For the 10th graders and the 11th graders, you know what happened last year? We went to school only 7 months instead of 10. This year, even with September, you're going to school for 9 months instead of 10. It is in your interest that the teacher should be complaining, not you. Because the amount of lessons you have lost is sufficient to keep up to 2 marking students and you go to the next class. So that's why we came to the conclusion that when the smaller children leave up to 9th grade, the 10 and 11 will remain in school, and then as the 12th graders take their wire. September 10th, September 30th, they will be taking their WASC exam, and no other student will be in school except grade 10 and grade 11. Congratulations for learning. Happy to
Alright, so right now, we have the last 20 minutes. By the way, I'm Jay Maxfield, moderator for today's
At this time, we'll call on Mr. Keslu and Mr. Yeshua to carry out this interactive section.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Given that we have limited time on the airway now, we prioritize the phone call. So any phone call, please draw our attention so that we can be able to respond to the question.
So thank you. Firstly, we're going to read out our numbers and then we set out the ground rules.
Okay, the number to call if you are listening anywhere, any part of the country, please dial 0777-212197 and ask any question regarding this project. Thank you.
So firstly, we're going to give priority to those who are watching us live. That means when a call comes in, we're going to pause what we are doing right here and then allow them to ask their questions. We are going to answer the first 5 questions before we move to the second section. Are we clear? Are we clear? So we can be asking our question, but when we have questions from online, we're going to ask you to please wait for a while. Understood? Yeah. Thank you for your coordination. And please read to the point to the question, please.
I'm Jay Martin, procurement officer assigned to Bassa with MOE. In 2013, August, we attended a workshop at the NL. It was agreed that the population of Nigeria was going to be increasing and we needed additional class in every year. Now that IRISE is coming in with this program, I don't know why procurement was let out from the county level. Because we are not involved. Our personnel are not involved in the process. Thank you, sir.
And so we are currently at the question and answer period. And we'll be getting questions from the audience.
Alright, there are 3 counties that were listed for the modern high school to be built based on their popularity. And okay, the population of enrollment at these various schools in the 3 counties. And Great Bassa, specifically Bassa High School, is one of the senior high schools that is really populated when it comes to enrollment. Last year we had more than 50 students in one class. And when it comes to the building of the high school, you wouldn't limit Great Bassa to junior high. Why happy?
Thank you. 2 questions already asked. The first question was about limiting procurement to the county level. The second question is why is Great Bassa not a beneficiary of the construction of the 3 model high schools when it has a huge population of students?
Anthony T. Smith, PDHF Overseas Public Schools. You mentioned about the construction where we're already building at Kakata 10, 11, and 12 for boosting. So my question is, when you open, or when they open, what will happen to those that be going there? Will it be helped by the government, or just on a high level, will it be sponsored by government, or what will be there?
See the questions already.
We have 2 questions left. We said 5 first.
And so we'll go to that end. There's a student also. Oh my God.
I'm student Elias Nabela Johnson, almost school in the other school system. We give thanks to IRISE for their project. But we want to know that why is the opportunity, Mine gave us the female. 3,000 female is being given scholarship based on the IRISE. What's about the male who are being dropped out of school with 20% or 50% scholarship not be given to them too?
One question. It's concerned about the scholarship opportunities only being given to females. How about males?
Okay, we'll take the last question.
The last question. No. Last question.
All right, I'm Ella Buchanan. My question is on the recommendation. I really want to know, I'm recommending that since the IRISE has done this in order to give a grant, we appreciate it as a country. My recommendation having to do with the volunteer teachers in the various institutions. So we are talking about infrastructure, the only to need, and the students will use it. There will not be a proper use of the student when the teachers are not there. So those voluntary teachers are in those various schools should be well taken care of, that the school will be run well. Thank you.
He wants volunteer instructors to be compensated for what they do. So we've got 4 questions already. We will now move to our panelists to respond to these concerns.
Thank you very much for the questions. Let me take this one by one. Quickly, the first one, why are the county now there are procurement officers assigned to the county for the grant, or the grant is not considering them in the procurement process? That is not the reality, sir. That's why we are here. The school management committee is the central committee to manage the grant, but we have told them when the procurement plan reaches to higher vendor, that it should make use of the local people with the expertise to do the evaluation and select the vendor or the contractors for them. So it's just a matter of reaching out to them and doing yourself. There is very inclusive, but the school management committee has to come from the school community. Even the clerk of work that will supervise the work, hiring the clerk of work, the resident engineer of the county will be part of the process. That's what we told them. If they are not doing that, please let us know, but that's what we told them in hiring the clerk of work. The second question, the 3 model schools when they are built. Okay, it's different. The 3 model schools when they are built, who sponsors the students? The government? Let me take that back to the other question. Who sponsors the students? The government or the school fee? Minister, you want to speak to that?
Wherever there is something good to go for it. Now I told you there's something called sacrifice. If you have a school in Canada that is one of the best in the country, and you got the brains, better start tearing your part now. So you can start finding a way for you to find a place in Canada. Because right now, government can run police school. Police school is one of the most expensive things to do. So basically, the best thing is, I know you've already got good hair on your shoulder, and you're trying to attend that particular school that is first to none. I just want for you to make sure that you start getting ready. We may not do anything else besides finding the best. Even the teachers that will be there will select the best of them across the country and take them there. So basically, we want that school to be a school of innovation. When you come from there, you're thinking, start finding out how to go to space. That's what we want to do. And I'm sure that there are a lot of students here who can do that. That's why we read by Bible, but don't worry about scholarship and that's very second. The volunteer teachers. No. The NGOs can only help the government to build school, to fix it up, to equip it. The payment of teachers are government department. We can't add no NGO to do that. We have already begun to process the number of teachers that will be required for the day schools that are being built. By next, the 2020 budget are coming to start presenting it already. Because you can build a school, you put it together in another school. So that's all the volunteer teacher issue that you, the whole issue we already have. I can't tell well back, since I got volunteer teacher, don't build school for me. I can't there now. Now I'm going to problem. So we're done. So please let them leave that here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, all right. So, all right. So let me respond to the second to the last question. Then Hassan will take the last question. All right. So, while the scholarship only for female students and non-male students, our male students are also dropping out of school. Then what do we do about it?
Hold on one time.
In the management, in the design of the project, I've said that the question is almost the most popular question everywhere we go. When I went to Bapulu, why not male students too? When we went to Nimba, why not male students too? Even in Mosirado, why not male students too? And you have a student concern actually. But when we were designing this project, we have to use the data available at the ministry through the school census to convey the World Bank for support. When you go to the white man and say, I want you to help me with this, they want you to give their statistics. So that I should clearly debate the problem. So at the time when we had the data says there were more boys in the senior high than girls. And that is the reality, that's just the fact at that time. And when the girls don't get to the senior high, it's very unlikely for them to start from 10th grade, move to 11th grade, and get to 12th grade and graduate, especially outside of Mosirado. You will have some drop out at some point in time. And the rate was high. And because the country has limited envelope, the priority was given to, in fact, all the countries might be cool as one that might be girls too. The girls scholarship only for girls Bassa, Pomi, Bapulu, and Samuel. So you have 15 counties and only 4 counties benefiting. The 11 counties will say that's not equity. But the envelope was small, we focus on the places with the most need. So the boys are benefiting from other aspects, but not the scholarship. But I want to also agree with you that the boys who are dropping from school a lot right now. They are dropping a lot from school. We are then going around the country and we get to places, we find out that there are more girls in school now than even boys. Because the boys are going to ride the Pempe, they are going to ride the Keke, and they are going to the gold mines. Very soon we'll bring the data also to say our partners, this is another challenge. They will not allow you to go far and address the boys to an issue too. But at the time we designed this project, it was the girls that were around.
I want to add one very good reason in addition to this dropping out. I am a parent, grandparent. Most of the children that are taught in school, at home, are done by the mothers. I never taught any of my children at home with a woman. The person who teaches the children at home is a man. So when the man is educated, she takes more time to even prepare. She got more pride to ensure that the children learn the lesson to go to school. Most of us can't live. And by the time we get home, we will be tired. So the person who, I don't care how late they come home, they will make sure to look for the children who work than the women. And therefore the emphasis to remove poverty and to reduce illiteracy is to make sure that the women transition. The more educated they are, so then the job that will come along.
Okay, I'd like to address the teacher's question concerning non-secondary school. We did not say we will build junior secondary school. There will be expansion for junior secondary school to secondary school. The 3 model schools will be senior secondary school from 10th grade to 12th grade. In this elaboration, he said 5 classes each. So please make that correction, and Bassa is one of the beneficiaries for that model school. Sorry. Extension, sorry. So your school will be extended to senior secondary school, your junior secondary school. Is that clear? Okay, so though the question was not asked, but let me give you some information based on the question our senior man has just asked. Additionally to what he said, among the 7 members of the SMC, please note we have the principal, the PTA chairperson, the community leader. These people were selected and trained with this guideline. In this guideline, before you ask any question, before you make any accusation, I'd like you to ask the principal to please allow you to make a copy, or ask you, maybe he can give you a day, a few hours. You take your time, you go through the guideline, know all of the processes, right? And then you can ask the question. For me, my interest right here is for us to know this, that we'll be able to do the work. Please.
Thank you for some. Let me just follow up on that question about the body. Bassa is overpopulated and we are not extending Bassa. It's the issue of equity. We are not extending Bassa, but we are renovating Bassa. While Bassa is overpopulated, compound 3, the district 3, where's the CEO? Where you are all good? All the district 1, St. John River, and we are expanding the junior high schools there to senior high school because there is no public senior high school there. It's the Grand Bassa County. It's the Grand Bassa County. And we are renovating the one that is there and expanding some other areas to increase access in Grand Bassa County. So I'm not sure there's any equity issue there. Any other questions, please? Any other question? All right. The last one.
The thing is, if you don't ask questions, you're not in the hole. I will take the last one. Okay?
If you will be I want to know the timetable for the middle school that was selected. Well, this year or next year, we heard on the radio, but we don't know when will be erected and how many years will take to be implemented.
Still on the question and answer section. Inquiries are being made about when the model schools that are expected to be built in 3 counties, inclusive of Margibi, Bond County, and Nimba. Let's now join the student for her.
School are doing at this time, and some are doing the 13 subjects.
We have some schools that just like to disobey regulations. Sometimes we say, this time, we're going different time. We say, don't have any graduation from K2 because of the corona. They have graduation. I mean, the new curriculum was developed so that we don't compare students. So do whatever is necessary. It is understood that by the time you complete basic education, they get a child and we want to learn. By that time, you should not be able to read
Commission People Development Time Year 2023. So where we are right now with that project is that we took some time to build a design and get all the technical specifications and the cost of the project. The consultant our bidder have done the work and submitted it, but we are reviewing it. Between now and September, the bid document will go out for procurement that we hire construction firms. We want to finish that between now and September. Between October and November, construction work will start on those schools. And will continue until completed before November 2023. That's where we are right now. Thank you very much for that question. And I just want to take the microphone over for things now. Thank you.
I'm firmly standing on my existing protocol because I'm protected. I'm asking the ladies to ask all of the questions. For the 3,000 students, I sure we got people here and their siblings that they will go and give the message to the community that start studying work so that you will get the scholarship. They say scholarship is about to come. Students, I'm sure, right? Okay, so eventually we will force you to be sure. So that is it. My thanks and appreciation to you, our future leaders. The future is now. So start. Our honorable principals, thank you for your tireless work. To my senior PTA, with the strong faces I'm seeing, I know the project in Bassa will be completed and in time. Honorable then, our community leaders, we beg you, please, I'm thanking you in advance because when they bring the sand and the rock downstairs for the work, the students that will not be in school, that will be in the community and doing nothing, will bring buckets to help the people to score the sand, right? We will help to haul the rocks. Even the bricks that will be on ground, we will help because we want the project to finish as soon as possible, right? I'd like to thank all of the mothers that will tell the community people not to steal the rocks, the cement, and the bricks. And I thank all of the men that will even help the vendors, not because they are come to do the work, the way they will get the money, but those sticks, the good ones, you will pass around to and see whether the ones they were bought are very good and in good condition. I'd like to thank the county school board, the honorable CEO. You know, with our strong CEOs and DEOs here. Please clap for them. I'd like to thank them for their tireless effort. I know in this administration of this strong CEO, before we reach December, this building will be finished. All of the schools for renovation and rehabilitation in Bassa. So my honorable boss, I'd like to say thank you again to our father that we brought. It takes God to bless you, and it takes men to receive the blessing. You are blessed. He himself came to tell you what you have to do. You don't need any rocket scientist. We appreciate all of the team members that are here and like to say to the GPE team, the IRISE team, thank you very much for your tireless effort. And to my able-bodied school grant team, I've been receiving all of the calls from principal and PTA chairperson. You see, I got power banner, so you can call on the calls, ask all the questions till the project is done. Thank you very much for your participation.
All right, thank you to the communication team and the Ministry of Education too. Of course, we will ask the CEO, we have a very strong and serious announcement. Just come and give us that announcement.
Okay, so right after here, we are going downstairs. Thanks to the Alumni Association of the Bassa High School, the Alumni Association of the Bassa High in the US and locally. They have constructed a wash facility for us, a molding latrine. That's, we're going to be pumping water into the Bassa make flush toilet. Yes. So we have it downstairs, and right after here, the minister will go downstairs to cut the ribbon on behalf of the government of Liberia. Thank you. So can we just stand and then do the national anthem together?
And so if you have been following this broadcast, we have been bringing you a live coverage of the Ministry of Education's IRISE project that and citizen engagement about the project here in Bassa County, Buchanan to be precise. And so if you have been following us, this is how we would like to bring this coverage to an end. My name is Anthony Williams, and I've been bringing you live coverage of the Ministry of Education's IRISE project here in Bassa County, Buchanan to be precise.